Welcome back to the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This is The Depths of Felthan, Episode 20, Funnels and Tunnels, Part C.
What if... So he kind of looks around and he's like, well... And he looks over at Kenneth and he goes, I've got an idea that's crazy. And it might work.
Oh
And he just says, if you look, he goes, that section that leads right up in here where it's above that lava. We set a couple of charges here. Or as many of those Formians or ant people, whatever the hell you want to call them, in just when they're about to get to that crucible. We detonate. Take out as many of the numbers as possible. Anyone that somehow survives gets burned to crisp.
But that wouldn't. To do that, we'd have to let them in the cave in the first place. And who's to say they're not going to spread out and go for the civilians?
You can see Audra not agreeing with what Tanith says.
We could use those ingots if we can move them. We could lock them off and tunnel them in.
There we go. We create a funnel. We use the ingots as a almost like barrier. Funnel them so they've only got one way
I
down.
can't move
It's
those,
moving.
even as I am.
You guys roll a cannon wire up
I can't hear these conversations.
So that wasn't
there. They're over about 200 feet
I
away.
rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20.
That's a dirty 20 for me.
Okay.
18.
18. So you guys are adding all this up. So you guys look at these panels, and they just seem to be flat, curved, with lights kind of just emanating from the steel itself. Perhaps they operate this machinery. Perhaps they do something.
Do they move?
They don't move.
But they're blinking. Are there any instructions written around?
There doesn't seem to be any instructions.
We'll look around, and Erlen will just take a look around since he's on the ground level. He'll try to find somebody who might look like they work here, or worked here.
While you're doing that, Lieutenant's going to ask about it. First Claw, how far down that tunnel are the Fomorians?
Take you about an hour to get there before you get to that. But that's going back about 3 days. We haven't really sent anyone down there again because we can't, to be honest, we can't afford to have a loss. We can't afford to lose the men.
I rolled another natural 20 for investigation to see if he can find anybody who looks like they worked here.
Well, instead of that, you're up there, you're looking at them and you think we need somebody's help. So you kind of look underneath, and you don't really see anything underneath you, but you put your hand on top of it to push your weight up and stand up. And you guys can see as he puts his hands on it, the lights on it go from red, or from green and yellow, and just some of them begin to turn red. You guys can hear like an engine turning on kind of far away. It feels like it's far away. You stand up immediately. What do I do? Kind of thing.
Oh. Might want to get down from there, just to be safe.
And off in the distance, you can see one of those car-sized ingots, kind of on one side, and fall once you remove your hand.
There we go. So,
Erlen winces because that made a lot of noise.
yeah.
Everybody looks in that direction, and they don't really look at you guys because this is happening 80 feet off to the side where these ingots are.
He kind of looks over at Tanith. He goes, we found our way to move the ingots.
Erlen puts his hand back, and is it like a dial? Or is it
It was you put your hand back on it now.
is that a button?
Just touched it, and you put your hands on it again.
He'll slowly do so, carefully.
Slowly, when you touch them, there's a bit of static electricity within. It just kind of hits a second. You put your hands on it, and then immediately you have this third sense, almost like a magical arm, a third magical arm, and you can kind of feel its presence where it is.
Oh, this is strange. This is strange. He looks up to Tanith and Delka. He's like, I feel like I have a third arm.
As you think about that, the same piece of ingot kind of lifts up just on one side, and it starts to move towards the cauldron. You can hear it dragging.
You envision picking it up.
The other end lifts up. It begins to float.
He'll halt it. Try to halt it. He'll envision it stopping. He looks over to Tanith and Delkick again. And he's like, "This is weird."
Indeed.
Del, seeing this, he's like, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
How
So
to
he,
operate this equipment somehow.
yeah, so he hops over to one of the... Which one are you at? Because there's 4.
Which one am I at? For
Pick one.
Doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
Okay,
that one.
so then he'll go... Del will go over here.
I have these, but I just
Yeah, whatever works. So yeah, and he'll do the same thing. He'll just kind of put his hands on it and see what happens, and envision the ingot kind of lifting evenly.
Okay, when you envision it, your vision is in the wrong place. Your feeling is in the wrong area. You're not lifting anything. It feels like you are... like you're turning up a dial.
Okay.
And as you can do that, you guys can hear... Tanith, you look over the edge and you can see... Also, this here is glass of some sort. You guys can see the very bottom of the crucible. I forgot that there was a glass there, and you guys can see the bottom of the crucible.
It's a viewport.
It's a viewport, yes. Tanith, and you're looking down it, and you can see down at the very bottom, maybe 5 or 6 liters of maybe just some sort of remnant slag, but you can see it down there, sliding off the edges and beginning to bubble.
Del, I don't know what you're doing, but you're making it hot down there. Erlon using the controlling the ingots.
All right. So then, so Del just kind of pulls his hands back down to kind of let it stop doing what it's doing.
Erlon's gonna move an ingot. This is the bad entrance, I guess, and he's near that.
Yep.
Here, so he'll move an ingot, one of those large ones. They're like big.
They're about 10 feet long, about 5 feet wide, and about 5 feet high.
So about the same size as your van.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, basically.
And,
Just a massive iron ingot.
Gotcha. So Erlon's gonna, and there's tons of them, and a lot of
There's
slag.
I'm gonna say ingots. There's 3 big ingots.
3 big ingots.
3 big ingots.
Gotcha. And this entrance to the cave, how big is that? Is that 100
It's
feet?
40 feet. The entrance to the cave is 40 feet wide, and it's probably about 35, 40 feet high at the peak.
Okay. All right. Erlon is going to try to, with the ingots and the slag, so he can try.
Slag, you want to try the slag? It's one object at a time. If you want to move the slag, you can try that separately after the ingot.
Of course, he'll kind of move it here to block it off and like funnel it. And he'll stack them in a wall.
Okay, so you take the first ingot and start stacking them?
Yep.
Okay, so you move all 3 ingots over there to stack by them. That's 40 feet. I said there were 3, so you can probably have a little bit of a gap in the middle.
25 foot.
Erlon sets 2 on either side, angling them like a funnel.
Okay.
And then what he does is he sets the third one outside where it can still be grabbed. And
Sounds good.
he says, "I'm thinking we can do is I can be on this, controlling it, and I can block off the door when they follow in, so we can just get bit by bit by bit. And then I can squish them."
Yeah. So yeah, Del kind of nods and he's like, okay. So yeah, rather than take them all out in one go, we control the number of people coming in.
You would notice, though, after this third ingot was moved,
Yep.
the power seems to fizzle out on this one. It seems to go back to red and green.
Okay.
You try to do it again, but it won't activate.
Okay.
Almost like you had 3 layer actions.
Okay, gotcha. So we had that blocked off and funneled.
So then I think I was gonna say, are you gonna try any of the controls?
Might as well. Go for the one on the left of Del, I guess.
Okay,
I'll
you
just use this for now, I guess.
touch it, and don't seem to have any effect. You don't feel anything happen.
I got nothing.
Well, try the other one then.
Might as well.
You try the other one, and this one you can see, you can feel it. The arm is close to you, somewhere close in it. You can, going forward with it, you can feel it reaching downwards and picking up this lava. You have about 10-foot cylinder of lava floating up out of the lava pit right now.
Jeez.
Oh, save that.
Yeah.
Erlon calls out.
Okay,
Because
so
I
I
can't
want to
move
grab
mine
lava.
anymore.
So, we know for a fact, this one, although its charges are expended, controls the ingots. That one is controlling slag
The lava.
and the lava.
Make it
Yep.
bubble up.
And then that one controls actually like a lava harvester, essentially.
And the third one, you're not sure what it does.
Or
It seems
fourth
like
one,
it
yeah.
didn't. You guys had pretty good checks. It seems like it didn't have something required to work. It was missing something.
Can I tell if that's actually just straight lava, or if that's molten iron being extracted from the lava?
Straight lava. This seems to be the heating device that they use for this, the Earth's own heating power. You would notice that the other one just didn't seem to have anything to work with. There was nothing there to grab, no target.
I'll relay said information to the other two. So if this one controls the heat, that one controls the slag.
Oh, there was one that controlled just moving things.
Okay, yeah.
Moving
things.
things. That
Heat.
would move the slag as well. It's just for moving things.
Okay.
Yours heated up the crucible. The third one you went on didn't activate, didn't do anything. And the fourth one pulled up some lava.
Sorry, I just need it fixed.
No, we're good.
Okay.
So, we have them funneled going towards us.
So I think what it is that there's something with that crucible that we're missing. So I'm thinking honestly what it is that we need to tag team it. So basically once that has recharged, what we need to do is we need to get the lava into the crucible. We can heat that up further to let it vent. You can move that in there, and I'll bet you anything that's going to activate some sort of a form or the forge portion of this crucible, so that we can actually start like dispersing something. That's my guess anyway.
Maybe. Let's see. I've never been doing strategy. See, my thing was that I was just looking at locking it off, and what we could do is blow out a part of the. Since those blocks are so high, we could have people go up on here and hide and go up, and then pick off any extras, basically, because they're steep ingots. And
So you guys are discussing this.
Mhm.
Raven walks up, and he says, "Why did you put those over there? Seems like a waste, doesn't it?
funnel them in, and then get rid of them.
There's 4 other exits here. Why not put it in the crucible? That panel over there, you can manipulate the metal, shape it.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I suppose that we would have to wait for it to recharge. Points to the panel in front of him.
And Raven, in his particular way, touches the panel. You've blown the charges.
Blown the charges?
It's empty. You have to wait for it to charge up again.
That's what I meant. Yeah. How long do you think it would take?
Okay, you did some thinking. It's just intuition. It's gonna happen. I don't know when.
Erlon will just get the light bulb kind of go off, and he'll look at Tanith and.
What's a light bulb?
Candlelight. Candlelight.
Yeah, he'll have a glowing torch above his head.
And
Let's
he'll
do it.
say, we can dig out a ramp, and then basically cut off a little bit of the stone here and then dig it inward when it goes into the lava pit. And then we can make a platform out of that metal that will funnel them in. And as soon as they put weight on it, they'll slide down into the lava.
Seems feasible enough to me.
Giant pitfall trap. Not a bad idea.
Nani and Neelis, you guys are amongst the people. You can see them kind of moving people out of some tents and everything, and telling you that they come up and they say, you can have my tent. You can sleep in there. Please.
No, we good.
No.
We're okay. I sleep on Tannis too.
Tannis is up working hard tonight.
We'll sleep
Doing a
next
lot
to
of
the
things.
campfire.
Doing a lot of things.
We can sleep next to the campfire.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't fit in any of the tents anyway.
He tries to go, he just wakes up, he's got the tent all over his spine, and he's just
I'm
like,
wearing a tent like a
He's just
poncho.
wearing it. Got the hole at the top.
There you go.
It's a poncho now.
And the night goes on.
Yeah.
You guys are hanging out with the crew, with the kids and everything like that. Everybody's.
That's not weird
It
at all.
seems to be the only semblance of any form of real life you guys have had over the past week. You know, you've had a few good points in the Man's Gretch where you guys all got together and had supper. They were few and far between with all the crazy stuff going down. It seems to be something like these people are really trying to make this what it is. You know, instead of sitting here in fear, they're trying to do something, trying to be hopeful for
Trying
something.
to live.
Trying
Make
to
a
live.
community out of
You guys
a shit pile.
spend the evening doing that. Do you guys do anything before sleep comes?
We've got food, so I don't need to cook.
And they beckon you, they tell you they got a tent. Would you please just have a tent with extra blankets? Look at you. I can see that you're pregnant. Don't take any offense to it, please.
Just ate a lot before I left.
Aye, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
two elven children. So she ate all of that.
And she beckons you over to the tent once more.
I grabbed Nani's hand and thanked the woman and we go in.
Eventually, none of the torches ever really go out. They're just, kept up. Perhaps some through magical means. You guys are walking around talking to people. You can see a few of these people have magical abilities. You see the wizard for one. He identified himself. You guys see somebody create food. Someone's got to be making water. There's no water down here, but they have water. So there's got to be someone doing these things. This could be a cleric, a druid, somebody within this group of people that is doing this kind of stuff. So you guys are in a tent. You guys are fed. All of you guys as well. If you guys stay up late to do planning, you can, for sure. But Nani and Belis go to sleep. Belis, I'll get your roll perception.
I enjoy this.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I think mine's +5. So 24.
24. You're laying there, sleeping soundly, and you can hear something just on the edge of hearing this. This very parched breathing.
Is it me?
No, it's not you. We're gonna die. Hear it again. It seems to be right above you, right around you.
Pokemon. Try to wake her up.
Do you open your eyes?
Oh, yeah. If they're not open already.
And go to poke Nani, but your hand goes down and hits nothing but stone. You look up, there's no tent. You look around, you seem to be in one of the caverns that you recently walked through. You're on your back. And as you kind of sit up, you look about 10 feet away in kind of a naturally formed alcove. You can see a figure huddled in the ground, kind of cross-legged, draped in a cloak. And the cloak is drawn up over their head. And it's breathing.
I'm gonna get up and walk over to this person and be like, hey. You okay?
As you say that, you maybe kind of reach out to touch them on the shoulder. The head slowly slowly turns, but it turns fairly strange as it turns to you, and you can see as the nose kind of comes around, and the face is pale skin and cracked in places, but not bleeding. As it looks up to you, you can see its pair of eyes. Roll history with advantage, please.
16.
16. You've seen these eyes before, but they're bigger, they're more wider apart. You look at the face now, and the face is kind of familiar, but changed. It's bigger. And you can hear, as the face completely turns up towards you, this dark, oily brown hair falls out from around her face. And you can hear her say, Emil? Emil? It's Ellen, her mother. And then it hits you. You can see it, the eyes, the facial features. Although she was only small then, she's no longer that small. On your lips and on your tongue is the name Aurora. You reach for her and you kind of touch her shoulder, and she jerks away, pulling away from you back further into the alcove, and you can hear the breathing again.
It's not coming from her.
It is coming from her. And she says, You chose them over me. As she reaches into her cloak, she pulls out this dagger. It looks like, again, that it's almost hewn from a stalactite, almost stone, maybe a little bit sparkly. To hit.
Yeah.
She leaps forward with the dagger, and the dagger careens with your belly. It hits your belly. You can feel the pain of the blade going inside. There's no glow.
Where's my voice?
Nothing. You wake up. Sit straight up in the tent. Nani's there, sound asleep. You feel this immediate pain in your belly, as if something's pushing, this massive pressure. Roll Constitution saving throw. 8. You take 4 points of damage as you feel this massive pain in your stomach, finishing down between the tops of your thighs. And you know. Roll a wisdom. Roll a insight, please.
16.
It's too early. This isn't right. It's too early.
Wake up Nani. Real quick. Something's wrong. It's not right.
Huh?
Nani! What? Wake up! What?
She fuzzles for her glasses. Gets them on.
Wraps yourself in like 12 shawls. What's going on? What's wrong with the matter? What's the matter? What?
It's the twins.
What about them?
Well, I think they might be wanting to come out now.
Would I know how long elven pregnancies are?
You're old enough. You would know that this is too early.
That's not right.
I just give her a look.
Are you sure?
Her silver skirt now.
Look!
I don't know, but it's just something's happening, but it shouldn't be.
I guess we have to prepare then.
With what? We are in the depths of hell.
In a mine. Not
I
hell.
say we take a walk. We take my stick and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
She's dressing it up. She's going.
No.
You are at a disadvantage for athletics checks. Right
Oh, I got a 0 for
You're at
athletics. I don't need this.
disadvantage for everything right now. No. If it's happening, it's happening, and we have to be prepared for it.
It can't happen here.
I
No.
don't think you have a choice.
I think I do.
Okay, you hold them in.
Hold them
and
in.
I'll go.
You get the others,
I'll
and we're
go get-
leaving.
I'll go. Yes, I'll go get the others.
Another Constitution saving throw.
She dies right there. That's a 6.
6. That's long. You take another 4 points as you cry out in pain as another pang.
I'm gonna die.
It's you.
9.
As long as the kids are okay.
Wow.
And now, Nani, you can see other people poking their heads out of tents, looking around questioningly, and someone's yelling out in pain. You can see a few of the Oro soldiers run over, weapons in hand. You guys also hear this crying out. And DC 10 to know that it's to know that it's her scream.
Not 18.
You got it. Yeah, you know. You know for sure.
Airline's most
I'm
concerned.
completely out of it. I was just so far into it. It was like a 2 on the dice. So.
8? Now, so
Really?
maybe you
Perception?
guys. Did I say perception? Yeah,
I
perception.
think you said it.
You just hit a DC 10, yeah.
Yeah, so perception.
Perception,
Sorry,
yeah. Yeah, even with mine. Yeah.
Airline's an
No,
out.
so you guys are still up there working out strategies with Bodrick over on the main dais over there, figuring things out, looking at the explosives. It's taken a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff to figure out here. Airline. You hear that?
And Erlon is going to drop everything that he's doing and sprint like a madman.
Those are his
Where?
children, but they're not.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, the guards really seem to think so.
yeah, so Erlon,
The girls are like, baby daddy.
Hey.
he calls out, Galus, and he starts running.
She's still trying to get up. She's trying to get up off the floor. Nani's like trying to
Now
like.
he's holding her down. She can't do it. She's not going anywhere. I don't have to be big.
Starting
Hold
in a
her
down
down.
position, it's way
And
easier.
kind of just like, as Erlon comes running into the tent, sort of puts her hand up to stop him, and then starts directing him to like get supplies.
What's happening?
What do you mean? What's happening?
Oh,
No, it
Yeah.
can't. It can't.
It's happening.
isn't it too early?
It's
It's
way
too early, but it's happening.
No, we gotta go, Erlen. We just tell her we gotta go. We gotta go.
We're gonna go where? We're going to the ants and get killed.
But the stick says we gotta go that way. That's the way out. The way home.
And we'll die if we go there. So we're dealing with this here.
No, I can't have babies in this cave. You're an elf. You understand?
I understand, but I don't think we have a choice. If we go that way, frank to say, you're a liability. You'll get us killed.
Stick, but I'm a liability.
You have a stick. The stick isn't going to save you from ant people.
We fought the ants before.
Not with a stick.
I don't remember the ant fight, to be honest.
We
but-
didn't. We did.
Not with a stick.
Not with a stick. Bonk. Erlon will quickly go and try to get the people to give him
Prestidigitate the shit out of everything you can find.
Now, as soon as you're down there, you can see there's other people. You reach it first because you are Airlon, fastest guy on the planet right now. So you get there first, and just a hair before everybody else, and there's other folk there. Nani tells you get supplies. You turn around, and there's there's women, children looking up at you, other men as well, of all different races. What do you need? What do you need?
I need, let's see. Let's see. We
Linen.
One
Water.
runs off.
Hot water.
And everyone runs off.
hot water, and we need anything that can help with pain as well.
They kind of look back and forth to each other, and then you see a slender woman stand up from one of the tents from behind and walk over, and she says, "It's an elf, fairly aged," and she says, "I have some experience."
Oh, grit and Helda. Okay. So he points to Galus and he says, "Well, this is unprecedented. I haven't."
She opens it up. She looks right. Closes it again. And she looks around it. There's two other people and she claps her hands and stands straight up, and she says, "Get the equipment." And they run into the tent. They bring up blankets and just what they have, stuff like that. There's pictures of water. It looks to be that was inside the tent. Perhaps it's clean, fresh water, stuff like that.
Plunger.
A plunger.
A plunger.
In case they suck a baby out.
Chainsaw, just.
Whoa. Too much. We plunge the baby, we don't sell the baby.
He looks to the elder elf, and he says, she's only been pregnant for how long has it been? Like,
Yeah, what, like a year now?
Something like that.
it's only been a year. Is it not too early? That's what he asks.
It's far too early. She looks at you again, shakes her head. Well, there's no question. It's happening now.
Well, they just had to hear it from an elf.
Everyone shrugs.
Like I haven't done this before.
Okay.
I'm 300 years old. I've done this a couple of times.
Erlon says, okay,
No,
you
I have been present for
if possible, I entrust this to you. I need to make sure the
Now,
cave is safe.
Erlon, you're not going anywhere. I don't know these people. You're not going anywhere.
You guys can now hear something else. Roll perception.
Oh, no.
All of us?
Everybody.
8. I'm clearly distracted.
Oh yeah, you're
You're
just
gonna have to
Suck 20. Oh yeah.
Nice.
You can look at mine, but I might not have for you.
15.
15. Tanith, you can hear it first. Almost as if you can hear the frothing of the ocean moving back and forth, and then a whoosh. It's a kind of a wind. And then beside you, you can hear this kind of, you can hear the sound of ice forming. You know? You look beside you, and you're looking at somebody eye to eye. Oros is looking at you.
Oh.
God's
Again?
And he doesn't look down at you. He says, "It looks like you've grown."
Keldon did me a favor.
He nods and looks at you hard. But for coming, you have 2 days before they get here.
Oh boy.
He says, "I'll keep watch, and I'll come back when it's too late." You can see him one step away from you and kind of close his hands on his chest. Do you want to say anything to him? No. He closes his hands on his chest, and you can see 6 beams of ice shoot out from around him. And you can see his form almost from top down solidify and then melt. But it melts like an ocean flowing downwards, but it doesn't fall all the way down. It hits the beams and it shoots out, and you can see 6 human-sized, 6-foot people of himself. They seem to be made out of ice. Almost transparent, but not quite. And they're all holding different weapons. 1 or 2 run this way into a cavern, 2 run that way into a cavern, and 6, and the other 2 take a different cavern. And they seem to run off into the caverns. You can hear around you as he's going, and he says, "I'll hold them off."
I'm counting on it.
It's just kind of like breathless air as it's leaving, as you guys can feel it. It's cold where you were for only for a few seconds, and then it dissipated back to warmth. Everybody else seems to. Maybe not Galus.
No, I rolled like a 3.
Well, and probably Erlon didn't see it either.
I rolled
it.
18.
18, yeah, you see for
Oh.
sure. Yeah. And Delphic was
I was a 11.
11, DC 10. Yeah, I'm totally
It's easy enough.
Just George heard it first as it came in, then you. Once he got there, you guys definitely
Okay.
see.
Erlon will kneel beside Galus and take her hand. It's painful.
He's gonna regret that.
Yeah. All we hear is
It's a good thing he's been eating meat because he's gonna need
he's
it.
got a strength of 11 when he has that staff. He's okay.
And then, you guys are there. Oros has given his warning. It's It's about the next day. You guys aren't quite sure because you're underground. But Galus, you seem to have woken up after a full night's rest.
So this started and then I went to sleep?
You went to sleep, and then you had that somewhat dream,
Okay.
and then it started up.
Okay.
The rest of you, if you didn't sleep that night, one exhaustion, but most likely would have rested.
Erlon would have meditated, yes. I'm just
Yeah, go for it, my friend. Yes. So, there.
So everybody's heard that we've only got 2 days, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
48 hours.
Wonderful.
Well, who is coming? That's what I need to know.
Formian and all that shit.
It's
Baby
most likely.
Jeebus.
Baby
What?
Jeebus.
Yeah,
I
that's
suppose he could have said you have 2 days. He could have been talking about you. But he wasn't. You were damn sure he was talking with the Formians.
Added layer of wrinkle in our combat. We have to protect you from the ants while you're giving birth.
Who knows how long that's going to go on for.
You're awfully. That tent formation is awfully close to one of those entrances, too. Awfully close.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let me get my quarterstaff and get up. Gonna beat the ants.
Beat the ants while shooting children out of your body.
So,
Child Karen.
Baby cannon.
Baby cannon.
Launch an elven baby. I mean, that at least throw them off for a second.
You see a
They're really amazed.
God. That was in a movie. It was terrible. So, Tanith, you see Oros disappear into the different caverns, and he gave you the warning. This is the next day. What are you guys going to do?
So just to reiterate, these Fomorians do have climb speed, correct?
Yes.
Complicated.
And that's something you have seen. You guys would put 2 and 2 together after the planning. One used to be like, they can climb. They can climb.
Because
So-
they're ants.
Falling into something,
unless there's an additional layer of.
it's going to take some effort. A lot of effort. You only have 48 hours to construct, and you guys are amateurs at this novice at this device, so.
I was gonna say we'll have to wait till Zach gets back because
Yeah.
he's got a plan that he'll probably
He's
explain.
got a thing.
I've got an idea as well.
I'm trying to think of what we can use those detonators for.
Excuse me, this is no time for tactics. We're giving birth.
We?
She's doing it by proxy.
As I literally called it, our whole problem is that we are going to have to be fighting off these Formians while you guys are dealing with baby birth. Because I guarantee you KL is going to do that because he's a sadistic son of a bitch.
That's not nice.
So-
That is a surefire way to get him to do that. To assault the guy who decides what happens.
Did you tell Bodger about Boros?
We have 2 days.
Perhaps if you would allow Second Claw, we should draw everybody in closer to the Crucible. Keep them safe. Keep them in.
One of the better ideas, one of the best ideas we have so far for defense.
You can see, if anything, a slight smile go over his face, just briefly, like you agreed to what that's a good idea. First claw and all. He nods and then he whistles out in the direction of the main one, the 40-foot wide where the Formians are, and one of the guys comes running and he tells him, "Go around, gather them all up, tell them to set the tents up around here." One of Bodrick's subordinates is running over to you guys, and he says, "Gather your things, pack up the tents, move them closer to the cauldron. It's not safe over here."
How do you propose?
I don't care how you do it. Just do it.
Tanith, we need you. No, you're not.
Now
Come
this-
here.
Still doesn't know what's happening.
This guard is pretty rough and pretty aggressive.
He's not going to be for long if he wants to keep his head.
So you see everybody else packing up tents quickly and moving about, and he comes over to you guys and he says, "You got to move the tent. You got to get over there where it's safe."
We will.
And so all 4 of the entrances are possible threats.
You're not sure.
Boros
well,
divided and went to all of them.
Yeah, Boros did go to all of them.
Although
However,
he sent one to each of the ones that we know
aren't a problem.
temporarily don't have a problem with them. But he sent 2 of the main one.
2 at the main one, and he had 6. He turned in 6, so there's 2 at the main one. I'll say 2 at the one you guys came in to begin with. 1 in the oil, and 1 at the outhouse, and 1 at the off one by the slag. So
All right. So
you guys can see people gathering up, things moving,
Yeah.
taking them down quickly and moving.
Tanner's just like, don't have time for you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but you have time for us, Tanner.
10
Come
by the cauldron right now. So
here.
they're about 150 feet away.
Immediately, please.
What?
We need your
Assistant.
talents.
They won't move, Third Claw. I'm telling them to move, but they won't move.
I mean, I'm trying.
Sorry.
We're about to make a baby.
Second Claw.
No, you're about to make a baby?
I'm very scary. Just roll the tent up and make a stretcher. Done. See? Problem solved.
Or just
Or you
let
could
me
just
up.
pick her up and
No,
carry
just
her.
let me stand up.
You shut up.
You stand
I'm
up.
gonna try to stand up. Yeah.
You can stand
You do the wall.
The
What?
wall.
up. You can manage to.
Okay, so I'm
Pregnancy.
standing up.
The near birth waddle.
Yeah.
Airlock helps.
Is
her
my water
just to make
broken
sure
yet?
she doesn't fall.
Of course. Yeah, airline helps you up. Arm in arm with airline.
I'm ready.
Bodger, or not Bodger. The guard immediately starts packing up your tent.
You don't have to move anything.
Everybody else seems to start moving, migrating quickly. You can see after that the guard goes off to the other
Doesn't
one,
care anymore.
and they seem to come back. But you guys put the tents up all around the cauldron. You know where it's comfortable anyway. There's a fair amount of heat coming up. It's lava, obviously, but we're in a fantasy realm, so it's not going to kill you by getting close to
Some
it.
kind of like cooling aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe so. Maybe there's
Enchantments are everywhere. There's,
Yeah, exactly.
there's a
Exactly.
magical AC.
Clear
Okay.
magic.
So,
Magical AC.
yeah, magical ACs. While they're getting everything set up, so Dell kind of looks over at Tanith and kind of yells down for Erlon to come up. And, so they continue strategizing when he's done. But he's like, so we've got to figure out exactly something, and we've only got. He just kind of guesstimates. He's like, we've probably only got. Yeah, looks at a one, not
The
existent one.
sundial right there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's like, we've got less than 48 hours to get this shit figured out. So, what is our best plan of attack?
Has anybody done an investigation of the area, like a walk? Nobody's said it yet. I just want to know.
No.
I'll do it now.
To do it now. Okay. Finish your communication, and then what you guys going to do? Then you do all that investigation.
Alright, but yeah, so he's just like, we've got everybody close to us now, so at least we don't have to worry about any stragglers.
Yeah.
But still, we don't know their exact numbers. What are we doing?
Wall off the ones that we know for a fact are
No,
unknown.
you're distracted.
So
Oh,
wall off
I'm
each of the
distracted.
4
Can't be
with
trusted.
steel, because we have 183 tons of steel
Waddle off.
to work with.
Just
Just,
steel.
yeah, 750 cubic feet, 489 pounds per cubic foot.
Shut up.
Mr. Magic.
It's like shooting with the fish tank last time.
So
Gallons of water.
that's
Yeah. Alright,
so we
Think,
got,
think less about how much you have, just what you want to do with it.
yeah.
So
yeah.
also, you have explosions.
Yeah.
you have
You also
explosives.
have a woman in labor. That is an important
Yeah.
weapon.
That's an explosion.
Well, we
What?
have
Or
Biological
weaponized,
explosion
yes. You have weaponized.
we have a Earth Maiden, technically, with that elder elf woman.
Nah, you ain't leave me.
I'm non-existent, apparently.
You ain't leave me either.
No, I'm
And
not
we have
essential.
Nani,
We're
of course. We also have Nani, they're helping, of
Babies,
course.
so you're having babies.
But-
Fine.
No, they're not coming yet.
I think you're
Way
gonna have
too
to just suck it up and get one of these two because depending on how big the
Suck
fight
it
is.
up. That's a choice. You don't really.
You want to give birth in the middle of
I mean, in the middle of that, given that, no, obviously not, but a bit of a
You
stress.
missed the part where I just said she's been weaponized. You want to be very careful what you say to her.
Yep.
It's good and badly.
She's just magic.
Well, I mean, this is
Suck it up.
this is that was an above game comment. That was not a Dell. Dell is smarter than that.
Instigate with the pregnant woman.
Yes, because that makes
The
sense.
labor is pregnant woman.
Yeah, exactly. But
Roll investigation attempt. With advantage, because Bodrick's going to go with you.
Oh, good.
Oh, body.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
That's a 10.
I distracted him.
So walking around, you more people can do it if you want to, but it'll be a separate roll for you guys. Tanith, you're
Tell
walking
your story.
around, and up by the main opening, you can see these. Let's see.
Did you roll with advantage, Tanith?
What?
Did you roll with advantage?
Yes.
You've seen
Negative modifier.
6 of these triangular. They look like barriers, like a concrete barrier you see on the street, except it's about 10 feet long and only about 6 feet wide. It almost looks like a bucket tooth on a gigantic front end loader. Kind of looks like that. And there's 6 of them, and they're all just kind of stacked up against the back wall at the very back on the north side of the cavern.
Neat.
Anybody else want to walk around?
Erlon will take a look. I think he'll, just for the sake of that, he'll probably, Nani will be there with Galus.
As you guys are kind of migrating over to the place there.
Let's see, Erlon will roll. Can you roll with advantage for this? Or just.
Do you have something with you?
I'll go with him.
There you go.
What's a 16?
16 will do it. It's DC 15.
I'm going to re-roll this one because it was cocked.
Oh, yep. Oh, then. Yeah, maybe we did not 20. It's special.
Is that one?
There's a 9.
Is that a 9?
That's a 9.
Not the
The
special.
line is underneath.
Oh shit, okay, I thought it was
So you got 16 plus?
16 plus total of 19.
19. Okay, so you're walking around. You kind of, I'm going to investigate those slag piles. You can't really see a lot behind them. They're maybe about 15, 16 feet high in places. Then they come back down where you kind of walk around them and not get so much half movements.
Yeah.
But you see behind there, nestled nicely, kind of half covered in, is one of those square dirt moving machines that you've seen in the Old Gretch mine.
Okay, alright.
By the way, you are the Old Gretch Gang now.
Official title?
Official title. That's what I kind of thought the episode title was going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple other good ones, so it's going to be tough. Shoots.
Dirt moving machine, okay.
Yeah, basically the front end loaders that were in the Old Gretch mine. The ones that they closed. It doesn't move a whole lot of dirt, not like way more than a human, and not as much clearly as this machine that you guys have in this cavern, the crucible and that thing.
Mhm.
But it can definitely move some stuff.
Okay. Alright, so
Can it move enough dirt to block off an entrance?
in 48 hours, yeah, probably.
Alright.
And you rolled the DC 15? Yes. You also see a machine, a sifting machine. A sifting machine. There seems to be lots of loose rubble and rock set next to the sifting machine. It seems to look like it shakes back and forth to sift something that you put in the top.
Gotcha. Alright, so I'm thinking he'll relay that information to the party. Of course, he'll say that I found a moving machine for the dirt in one of the caverns, and it's near the slag, and we can use that to move some of the dirt to block up an entrance, possibly, so we can save some of the metal.
Excellent.
So we'll probably get somebody to do that now, maybe one of the soldiers.
You know how to use that thing?
No,
You've seen it used. Seen it used.
I've seen it used.
Is it overly complicated?
I have no idea.
It looks fairly simple. From what you've seen, it looks more complicated, but most of the things you've seen they seem to be for like a diagnostic, whereas it has a very simple joystick to move and a few buttons. Eventually you'll figure it out. The first roll, 2 might be a disadvantage, but it's very
Okay.
simple.
So I think Yeah, I think just what I'll do is Dill will volunteer to try and figure that out.
Yeah, sure. So,
So,
okay, you want to hold it over there?
So what he'll do though before he goes off is he'll give Tanith the 15 rods and the 4 detonator rocks, and he'll just we'll have to see what we can do to maybe link those up and just have it set off and maybe detonate in groups, maybe like 3 small groups of 4 or something, and a group of 5 maybe.
Something like that.
Cool. So yeah, he gives those to Tanith, and he kind of hops in behind this little dirt moving machine and
So when you're down in roll perception for me.
perception. Sure.
That's 17.
Nice. That's a dirty 20.
So you're down there and you see it, you see the controls, everything, and you can probably manage it. Airline tells you what he's seen, how they kind of did it. You can probably figure it out. But also with that roll, you look over to that sifting machine, and you see down at the bottom there's a grate. And there's these 2 big padlocks on either end of the grate, and the grate flips open. Okay. But it's just 2 big locks on it.
Okay, is there actually I'll take a look. Is there anything at the bottom of that grate?
You can't see inside.
Can't see inside?
You can't see inside.
Let's pick those locks.
Roll it up.
Let's try that again.
It's the same roll.
No, that's a 7 actually. So that would be a dex. So that'd be 11.
So
no,
sleight
sorry.
of hand.
So sleight of hand. Sorry, yes, it was maybe a 12. That's not going to get me anywhere. So
Do you have
these tools? Yes.
proficiency in these tools?
I do.
So
Actually,
it's
I have
still gonna be
I
the
have-
same as your sleight of hand.
So I actually have expertise in them, but
So then you're getting more. You're getting another
Double
plus.
proficiency.
so it's double proficiency.
So what do you
give
get,
me plus
15?
10. So because I have a plus 5 bonus to sleight of hand right now.
So it's going to be plus. It's going to be 14.
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
You should
14
have,
more.
if you have expertise in that, you should have plus 7 with your dex.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
have 14.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Plus
so you have
3.
14.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
7.
you
Yeah. Fuck.
Click it open. It unlocks.
Gotcha.
There's one more.
All right, let's do it again. There we go.
Yeah.
Not 18. I'll die.
The other one, easy enough. You're familiar with the lock now. It's simple. They're pretty much the
Snaps
identical
off.
lock. Took the same key. Snap it open. It comes off. We now have 2 locks. Condition.
Cool.
What do you do?
Let's move that grate back.
You flip the grate up, and there seems to be this heavy leather thing blocking any sight. You lift that up, and what you see in there? Roll a d6 for me.
D6.
Displays your beast.
6 displays your beasts.
Fuck.
No, you find
Fuck. And there's my karma.
you find 6 gems, rather large. These ones you're looking, they could easily be worth 250 gold pieces each. One of them is a diamond.
Ooh.
Roll 2d6 for me.
2d6.
that means our girls that's
Yeah.
Also, magic casters.
10.
10. You find 10 gems of 100 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
Now roll 4d6 for me.
Alright, so hold on a second. So we had. Yep, there's 46.
That
works.
Egg ready to go. Nice.
Give me a second and I'll shake this.
6, 250.
Let me do one thing at a time. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. 6 at 250. 10 at 100.
Yep.
And whatever that is,
So 7.
you have 7 gems of 25 gold each. This seems to be a sifting machine for this stuff like this. They're
Okay.
all rough hewn, stuff like that. Some of them still have bits of rock stuck to them, but they are.
Yeah. I'm just going to jot those down before I forget. So 6, 10.
I dropped it.
You got them down? Okay, I'll grab those for you later.
We're gonna die before this
Excellent. Alright, well, Dell just kind of goes, well,
Both in game and above game.
he just kind of looks at it and he's like, well, that'll be handy for later, possibly? Question mark. He just pockets them.
A dirt loader, or the dirt mover.
Yeah.
You were still messing around with that too.
That comes up online, seems to turn on. What do you do with it?
Where is the smallest of the entrances?
I'd say the smallest is the toilet room.
Toilet room?
Toilet room is the smallest.
Okay, so that's still an entrance we do have to block off then. Okay. How big is that tarp, or that leather tarp underneath the excavating machine?
Oh, it was just blocking the grate so you couldn't see inside, or no
Oh,
gems
okay.
would pop out on the ground.
Oh,
That's all it was for. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
Alright.
about 2 feet by half a foot.
Okay. 2 feet. Okay, so that's not really gonna do it.
Stretch pretty well.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So then what he's gonna do with that dirt thing is he's gonna try and block off that entrance, fill in that entrance as much as he can.
Okay, sounds good. You're working on that. Erlon, what are you working on today?
I'm mostly looking at plans at the moment, but so he would pitch this idea to them because we know absolutely there's a threat this way. Make a funnel that we can use pulleys to operate. Then like this, tilting it up, pour lava down the fucker. I mean, pour lava down the funnel. And then when they come up, it's a funnel like a tunnel, so they can't climb out of it. And they'll have lava coming out.
I was kind of thinking like have a chute that just dumps lava down that main hallway.
And we can like block off the tunnel with it because we have a lot of metal. We can basically make it so that it's seals off the tunnel, and then we can just set it up and
Open the chute and just dump lava down.
Yep.
Lots and lots of lava.
We keep someone out on watch right behind it, like plug up the tunnel with the end of the funnel, and dump lava down. That's what I'm thinking. It's pretty easy to make a pipe, and just widen it out like a cone. So,
She's saying just have a steel wall with a coal sheet on it.
That's
So-
it's going to be superheated by the lava too. So if they try to climb it, they just take fire damage.
So I'm imagining a cavern opening, completely covered with steel, blocked off completely. Is what you're looking for?
With a hole in the middle.
With a hole in the middle that you can pour lava into, and it comes out that side.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking because it's
That I imagine that's okay. That's your operation. That will take the 2 days. If that's your operation for that.
seal off the rest. I imagine making just a sheet to block off the other, or like a plug of metal to block off the other entrances. That's just flat metal. Wouldn't take too long.
The amount of metal that you have. It's theoretical. You only have so many minerals and so many stuff and so much time to do it as well.
Yeah.
So this, and if you're going to start actively creating things, it's going to take some effort, concentration, that kind of thing.
Of course.
So we're going to roll with that first project first. You guys need 3 people to operate this.
Okay. How long is my operation going to take approximately?
You're busy.
I'm done.
You're done.
So I'm out.
Unless you want to get one of the guards to jump on that, and you jump on this. That's pretty much what you're doing right now. This is a pretty simple task: moving sand back.
So you know what? Yeah, that's. I think after now that I've kind of got the idea going and I've figured it out, I can explain it to another guard. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll jump up with these 3.
Sounds good. So he's moving sand back and forth. He's doing that for today.
Oh.
Fill in a hole.
And you guys are over creating the hole. So someone's going to have to investigate the hole to get the correct measurements.
I will. You come with me. Or,
Yeah,
You
I'll
can
go.
tell him. That's true.
Yeah.
You come with me.
Yeah, you come with me. Here, let's go.
Roll advantage.
That is a 14.
17 total.
17 total. All right, you guys spend about an hour and a half. You guys got some parchment. You're trying to map it out the best you can. I mean, it goes up like 40, 45 feet in the air at the top of it. So it's going to be from this particular angle. It's going to be not the easiest thing to figure out. But you guys do get some numbers. You get the measurements. If you thought about it's going to have stands to kind of hold it up,
For that, I'm thinking it'd be more like a wedge.
a wedge, like a triangle wedge kind of thing.
Sort of ish, because what'll happen, we set it into the cave, it'll probably dig into the earth, and then that'll just create a natural stop. And another thing I was thinking, when they come up, we could set charges deeper within the cave and blow up the ground, create a little trench. That way, level pour into the trench, and if they try to go back and retreat,
How about the line of charges coming up the middle?
kind of. You could either do it that or horizontally, but they do climb.
Because if we put a line down the middle, that'll make a trench go straight down the middle. Because a line would just stop and fill up there, then they climb around it.
True,
And
true.
besides, if they're marching in formation down that tunnel, like they were,
Mhm.
if we have a line of charges, we're bound to kill a lot more of them with just the charges.
True.
From mine and Dell's experience with knowing what these are and how they're used, what kind of blast radius do these things have? 10,
You're-
15 feet?
It's mainly for blowing out tunnels for minerals, collecting the blown out stuff. I would say it's equal to a fireball. But what you guys are going to notice is the ones you're used to, Tanith, when we used them when they were live, they were bright red. Bright red. These ones are dull. Possibly they're not as powerful. And maybe 15 maybe only means like 7. You might have to double them up. You're not, you see, they seem dull. Like they've been sitting and sitting, like this place has been sitting and unused for a very long time.
So
Makes
if,
sense.
So if we're going to have to double them up, where we have 15, I say we do 5 groups of 3. So, I mean, we have less.
How wide is the tunnel?
The big tunnel
Yeah.
is 40 feet. The others are between 10 and 15.
And what's the little range? What's the size of the fireball?
40 feet for
40
a full fireball.
Is it 20 foot square? 20 foot round.
So 20 foot round.
It's 20 feet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So if we do 2 rows of 7, and then like one in the middle
Yeah.
at the front.
Okay. I'm good with that. Because that'll basically, when we detonate all of those at the same time.
This would be 10 foot blast, 10 foot blast, 10 foot blast, thereabouts.
Yeah.
And this is going to be on the ground.
Ground. Yeah. We
Okay.
should still be able to have enough
Because-
room once the lava fills it in to move once it cools.
We also don't want to just cause a cave in and make more work for ourselves.
It'd be uneven ground, but the lava will fill that in.
So how you're going to move the lava from the machine into it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Right.
Pour it in.
I think we got this plan, boys.
Okay, now it's just going to be like across 3 lines across or something. Is that what you're saying, or?
More like if here's
The panel, the cave entrance is behind me,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at you guys. Where do I see this lava? If I'm the ant coming in, if say we just knock down that wall,
it'll be coming through the wall.
it'll be coming through that steel wall.
Yeah, there'll be a couple of ports in the wall where the lava will get dumped and it'll rush out, kind of like burning oil.
Where's the explosions happening? What are they doing?
Farther down the tunnel behind you.
Oh, okay. So those are inside the tunnel.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So-
Okay.
So
that's
say the
perfect.
tunnel, say if here's
You
the tunnel.
drop it in and it goes into the sleuths.
Yeah.
That's holding the lava and it goes down there. Okay.
We could even cause a cave in behind them as well, so that they fill up with lava. But
Yeah. Then
that's
we got
digging it out.
But then we've got to go through that effort of digging that tunnel back out.
That's just time for the most
so
part.
like if here's the tunnel, I'm putting 2 rows of 7 with one in like at the middle. So the 2 rows are slightly offset, one in the middle at the farthest end. So hopefully when we can kill as many as possible with just the blast.
I was gonna say I think what he's getting at is basically he's running those 2 columns down each side, and then he's got one like that extra charge just right smack in the middle of the cavern between the 2. Okay. At least that's how I'm understanding it.
Well, like
So
if
is it going to be like a river of lava, or
Right.
3 rivers of lava?
one river of lava.
Okay, so you're going to make the flat cavern a bowl instead.
Kind of, yeah. Sort of.
Okay.
Let's figure it
So,
out.
what are you guys going to do first? You got 48 hours to plan this. This is the plan.
Using actually no, we wouldn't want them on the ceiling. I was gonna say I can use my spider climb to get somewhere, but
Your spider plan would have helped with that. Your mathematics are perfectly correct.
perfect. So I think then what I will do is I'll be going down. And how far did you want the charges? Like how much space between the charges did you want?
Assuming they're half the strength of a normal fireball, I'll put them 15 feet apart.
15? Okay. So then that's what I'll do first, like kind of very tail end of that tunnel. And just every 15 feet, boom, 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 on each side.
Bury them if you can.
And yeah,
So they're
very.
not-
So I'll have just like a small pickaxe or something with me just to.
I get you to, if you're going to bury them, I'll get you to roll, give you sleight of hand for hiding them.
For hiding them?
Yeah, for
Okay.
hiding them. Sleight of hand is pretty big, I'll give you that.
Okay. Cool. That is a 13.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna give you my best inspiration when I roll that.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
That's cocked.
Yep. Big one too.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good stuff. Beautiful. Excellent. That's great. That's great. Next thing, you guys got to pull together, and you're making the wall and the wedges.
Yep.
Wall and the wedges.
On the wedges.
Okay, I need.
So we need 3.
Who's
You.
who's moving the block?
I'm moving the block.
So he'll move the block.
Roll Arcana to move the block, because this is your graphic check.
That's a 12 on the die.
12, so 15.
15. All right, easy enough. You focus that. You put your hands down on the board, and the board is charged now. It seems to have recharged.
So all it is I'm just putting them into the crucible to melt.
Yeah, that's it. And it looks like it's like a one at a time. That one block was enough to bring the crucible up to about 60-70%. If you threw another one in it would spill over.
Yep.
So you bring it in, you're lifting it up, it moves over, and you guys can, it's quite fast moving. Like this magical energy is quite strong. And it just kind of tilts on the one side, and it just kind of sits right inside the crucible. And then
I was gonna say what? Yeah, I'll be operating the, I guess, like the heat for the crucible.
you do that, and you begin to heat it up. Roll Arcana with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That one.
Yeah. So
That one, you turn it up too high.
Too high?
You don't. It's just no knowledge with the technology.
Yeah.
You turn it up, and you just focus way too hard, and you guys can see it beginning to bubble and sear, and some of the metal seems to be just melting wrong, making this disgusting black layer on top of it, like it's been burned or ruined or something. But it only works. It only does it a little bit, and then you kind of dial it down a little bit, and it melts inside.
Okay.
Now there's this pretty large layer of slag on it because of a natural one.
jeez.
Kenneth?
That's all shape.
Okay. You put your hands on the panel. Roll an Arcana for me, please.
Goody. Disadvantage or advantage rolling? Or?
Your first time, yes, disadvantage.
10.
10?
10.
Okay, so you pull a fair amount of the slag up. There's still some in there. There's still some you can see floating at the top. You move the slag, and you move it over. It seems to, you can move it over to the slag pile or wherever you like, really. This hot, molten slag.
I'm actually going to use that to reinforce the sand that we blocked off the cavern with.
The sand one over there. Yeah, sure. You can pile that over there. Yep, put that on for sure. That goes over there. It lands on top of the sand, and it's about halfway filled up now. That really helped. The guy's still going back and forth for it.
Right.
Then you have that. And this takes about half the day, just to do this one particular part, about half the day. Nani and Galus. Galus, you're beginning to get winded, you're beginning to sweat. You're in and around the tents, and you feel another pang in your stomach, another hard, sharp pain. Now, it's been a little while. That first one must have been, just pre-pregnancy pains, But this one you feel again. Can I get you to roll a Constitution saving throw? Okay, you succeed. You take 3 points. You manage not to scream out in pain, but Nani, you can see her grabbing onto her belly in pain.
This is the part where I'd normally yell at you, but you clearly don't want to listen to me, so. If I was yelling, to go lay down. Down. To go lay down. Tent has been rebuilt? Or just
Yeah, it's been
dismantled?
like,
The
been
tents,
almost
the
a
tents
day.
have been all rebuilt by now. Yes, they have. Yeah.
Walking helped with the first one. Just gonna walk off the pain.
The
As I'm like,
slender elven woman.
trying to hold you up. I'm only 4 feet tall.
The slender elven woman comes over, puts her hand on your shoulder, and she says, "How are you feeling?"
how do you think I feel?
Very well. Very
Yeah,
well.
I'm sorry. It's just wrong. None of this is right.
I don't understand your meaning. You seem to be coming along just fine.
I mean, it's only been a year.
I understand that. But I tell you what I can see. She pats you on the shoulder. Gain 70 points.
Wow.
Oh, you had slept already. Anyway, that's right. Oh, you just
No.
took damage from that
Yeah,
last one. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah,
I
okay.
get 7.
She goes up for 7 points. She says, "Why don't you go stand up there? Focus your mind. Up there." She points to the big cauldron. Things go up there. Why don't you go stand up there? Get some fresh air away from all these people. There's lots of people around you just looking at you guys, really giving you way too much attention. And even if you yell at them, they don't go very far away. Their tents are just right there.
Nana, you wanna go for a walk?
You insist?
And you guys kind of waddle up onto the.
Are they all up there?
They are. They're all working away. You guys can see these large pieces of ingots move around. There's things melting. There's smoke shooting up. You guys don't seem to be feeling this excess heat up on the pedestal. It just might be some sort of preventative magic to keep the heat from coming up here or down there. That is.
Saving grace.
And you go up there. As soon as you get up around there, you kind of look around. You have a pretty good vantage point. You're 30 feet above everybody. You can see the caverns. You can see everything. It's fairly well lit.
It's cooler here.
Slightly warmer, but not that. Not as warm as you think it would be looking down at lava bubbling only 40 feet below you.
She's just gonna jump in the lava.
There you go.
What the?
Instant.
Put everybody on.
I
Let's
tried.
end this game.
I tried.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
There you go.
So that's why they stopped using this
You
place.
guys are up there now. You guys have just switched over to the next task. Goes in. You got all the metal in there. Who's operating the third one?
I guess, given now that he's got a little bit of a handle, he'll go for it again.
My apologies. Tan's on that one. Can you move the slag away?
Yep.
That's right. So this is the same machine that forms things.
Nobody noticed us just walk up.
You guys are there. You guys notice Nani and Galus up there. You
Still
guys
at
can see through
disadvantage?
this large porthole, this glass porthole. You can even step on it. You don't feel any heat from it. You can see through. You can see the molten iron just bubbling around this fairly large piece of slag just kind of floating on top of this dark black
Don't-
gray thing.
Don't have the babies right there. Weird.
It's still at disadvantage.
Just the lava.
Not this time.
What, you get an at one?
Yep.
God damn it. Actually, you know what? I have a dice of inspiration. I'll get this.
Okay, there you go.
This dice goes in timeout.
There you go.
Three roll that.
Eh.
That's a
19.
19.
Much. That's much better.
That's what you're supposed to do, you little shit. You're
Yeah,
inside out.
19.
Nice jail.
Excellent. You're doing it. You're doing it. Just and you're watching. Your hand kind of drifts off the panel as you're looking, and delicate quickly comes up. Just put your hand back on the panel, and you can see the spill was just about to go, but the magic energy kind of lifted it back
Still
up.
not used to being this big, sorry.
Okay, that's it. I imagine so. Right? Giant
Like my
hands.
hand is the size of his torso.
I mean, you also literally grew like 3.5 feet overnight. I can understand the problem.
That's still a bit awkward.
You focus on this molten metal. You focus, and you're forming the first piece of this wall, and let's say it's going to be in 3 pieces. The 2 wall formations and the sloop that's going to sit down inside of it. So you're forming the one right wall piece. You form it up, and the metal, the liquid metal, just kind of flows in this arcanic manner, and you can just see it taking shape right in front of your eyes. Did you guys discuss the plans with Tanith?
Yep.
Good.
And it knows what's up.
Partially, it was my idea.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it seems to go up and form, and you guys can look at it and say it It's a good 10 if you are. Erlon, you're doing your mathematics and kind of looking at it. It's all in the numbers, but it's magic. You feel that it should work.
It doesn't have to be perfect as long as I can just run fluid.
And now it seems to be in the shape. And you release your concentration. What is your plan?
Maybe Grabby Boy should grab the thing.
You still have control of moving.
No. I guess I'll just move it over towards the door, I guess.
Okay, you move it over towards the door. You lean it up against the door, and it's just I guess kind of sits there against the edge, just to move it.
Is it solidifying?
It is. You can see it's as he was moving it, it's kind of like a dull red now.
Gotcha, okay. So, basically that was the wall with the slits in it, essentially.
So,
lava in.
I'll get you guys to do that again. Arcana. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do the next 3 pieces. Just bang.
14.
14.
Sorry.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's not bad.
18.
Good.
15.
15. Perfect. Do it again.
Minus this.
13. Yeah, 13.
14.
15.
Good. All right.
13,
Now,
14, 15.
all mediocre rolls. Perfect. So you guys are able to form these large pieces of steel. You form them in. You kind of get them in place. Then it takes all 3 of you to man the controls to kind of form everything together, while someone runs the molten lava or more molten steel over the lines to keep it solidified. And I'll get 1 Arcana roll for that with advantage because all 3 of you were up.
Who has a higher Arcana?
I think that'll probably be.
Actually, I think you're at the controls if you want to stop and let someone else do it.
Let's see, I've only got a +3 to my Arcana.
Yeah, I've got a plus
Same here.
1.
I have +3 as well.
Alright, so
It doesn't really matter between you and I.
Yep.
So, want each roll 1?
let's do it. Sounds good. So we're going with a
15 total.
2 total. Okay, so all of them. That's good. So you guys are able to get these
That's
pieces.
teamwork right there.
That's right. Get these large pieces of steel, put them in place, and drop the wedges in down below. It's an easy thing. It's a triangle. No real skill. Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first wedge you were using, and they seem to fall into place. You guys can hear this creak and this kind of heave, only for a moment, and maybe that right side panel just moved a little too much on the one side, but it's in place now. Looks all right.
It seems solid.
Seems solid. Now, there might be some spaces where things can perhaps get through. It's not going to be flush like a puzzle piece, but enough where there's a few inches of gap, maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet at the very top in some places. Your placement was good. You didn't really knock anything out of ways. Everything except that
One little bit of
very,
slag.
very first one with a little bit of slag.
Yeah.
Okay. So as these guys are putting this together, Kalis and Nani, you're up there watching, and about this, the second piece they form, Kalis, you drop to one knee. You feel something. You feel this energy growing inside you, and then you kind of feel it dissipate. You've had this warm energy inside you this whole time. This warm heat of energy, and you felt it every time you got hit, every time you got stabbed, you feel it. But you can then see this yellow or this golden energy kind of go from your belly in a circle and just kind of form this orb and keep going and keep going. And for about 20 feet, the orb stops and it just sits there and it holds in place. As you feel this massive pain in your stomach, it drops you to no constitution save needed because it's just a massive, massive pain in your stomach. It drops you to your knees. You holler out, you cry out. You guys can see everybody. This golden barrier flare up in this golden light and then dissipate again. It's still there, but it just flared up and dissipated on the light. You guys are within this magical barrier now. Still working away, still doing this. The next night comes, you guys are about halfway on it. And Galus, you're in full throes of labor now. You're on your back.
Wow,
Here
it's
on
the
this-
worst way to
It's
give
true.
birth.
It is. Oh, you can change it up as you will, of course.
Squatting on top
Yeah,
of
on top of
Oh my God,
Nani.
right above the crucible. That's awesome.
If they're defective, they go in the pot.
The people in the tents, you thought they were amazed at what what you guys were doing before, but now you're making these massive metal pieces. Now, these are nobles. You know, some of them aren't, but they're not the people that work these mines. They're not the people that ruled away inside the smelting place.
Those people are all probably dead.
Or, yeah, it's probably, they're definitely not here anyway. And they're just in awe. And now there's this golden sphere. It even undercuts the platform you're on. It goes underneath and rejoins underneath. So you guys can see this is a full sphere. You guys keep working. You manage to get the second piece in. After that, you guys are swamped. You guys are sweating bullets. You've never been magically tired before, Tanith? Today, you are magically tired. You too, Delcan. You've never been magically tired.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
I've been at a spell slot before, but this is something.
Yeah,
You've probably been, you've been inside tired. This is very inside tired. Your legs and arms aren't tired, but you feel dead inside.
Mentally,
Mentally,
Mental versus physical,
You just pulled a 16-hour shift and you didn't get a break.
Done that.
Erlon, seeing the others in that state, he will pipe up. Control your breathing. It'll help. In through your nose and out through your mouth and slow. It also helps for you too, I guess. So it's universally
We're
applicable.
doing Lamaze here. We're doing Lamaze class.
So the slender elf is up and back a few times, checking to see if you're right, bringing you guys water and stuff. Now there's they put a blanket on the floor, and
So it's happening
they
right
don't want to move you. She says, it's important with elven births, just let it happen. If you move around too much, it can cause some trauma for the children. So
Their ears will be lopsided.
yeah, there you go. It could cause some problems with the children's development if you just stay in twins. I haven't seen it as often as I'd like. So it's important that we protect the children.
Who cares about me anymore?
And she pats you on the shoulder and casts guidance.
Get an extra D4.
And as she does that, I'm going to get you to make a Constitution save as you feel this massive pang of pain in your abdomen and down at the top of your thighs.
You gotta roll D4 with that too.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 11 total.
11 total. You just barely got over it. You can still see the pain and anguish in your face. Take 1 point of damage, please. And you notice that you're taking it. There's no protection from this stuff.
No longer.
And the next day comes as you're in and out of consciousness with the birthing for the past, and it seems to be stagnant. Just going, these dry,
Contractions.
these dry contractions, not really happy, not moving anything forward. You can see concern on Nani's face. Nani, roll a wisdom. Roll,
Medicine?
yeah, thank you.
That seems appropriate.
What's a 19 plus something?
19 plus something. You can see that the pregnancy is stalled. Pregnancy is stalled.
My bladder broke yet? Probably not if it's not moving anywhere.
No. You know, the water hasn't broken yet. She's getting these pains. The pregnancy is stalled.
It's wrong.
And
Don't do this.
it's a long night. Every couple hours, every hour or so, she gets a very, very strong pain. And not too many people can sleep at night with the hollering and the screaming that's coming out. This is worse than Aurora. You remember Aurora's birthing, and it was tough, but you got through it. This is a lot. This is different. There's something else going on here. This pain doesn't seem like the same kind of pain.
It's a tiefling.
God. No, terrible. Then the next day comes. You guys work furiously to get the sleuth taken care of. Before you do that, when are you going to trigger the explosions for the lava head? Have you already done that?
No, I'm thinking it would be when they are coming up.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
this is not necessarily triggering an explosion. Or actually, no, this is for the one because we're trying to create extra Yeah.
And kill ants.
Are you saving the explosion for when the ants come in?
Yes.
Okay, and then then the lava's going to go out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, just make
Basically-
sure that's clear.
Yeah, I think the way that we had it planned was basically the explosion goes first, takes out whatever first wave is in there, and then just to finish off whatever is in there, that's when the dumped lava goes down the funnel. And
All right, so
And then immediately try to get it refilled.
all right, so here it goes. As you guys are working away, you get the final piece.
Oh,
Final.
I also mentioned blocking off the other tunnels as well.
Yep.
You're not going to have time for that.
No.
Not going to have time to take care of that. This takes care of all the iron to fill up this entire thing.
Yep.
The sand, however, is blocked off the toilet one. The other two still remain open.
So we'll
And
probably have
we're-
gotten a guard to start filling in the others.
We possibly, but I'll say it's rough terrain coming through there, but it's still accessible through there. But walking is rough terrain. So what's going to happen is you have this massive pang again. The glowing force field is out, and then you guys can see from all exits 6 blue men run in. You guys can feel the cold just chill as he runs by you. It just goes to like -10, or it drops 10 degrees, and then he moves by. And you all consolidate towards Tanith, all standing kind of around. It's kind of strange looking down at Oros. Really strange.
Or just being eye level with him in general.
Not this time. He's like 6 feet because he's 6 different people, so it's looking down at 6 different Oroses. And he says, "They're coming. They're coming now.
Which direction?
Everywhere."
Oh, great.
As you see what he came out of, the hole that you guys came out of, 6 displacer beasts fly out of the cavern. Just fly out running. Just running. One of them goes towards one of the other caverns. One of them goes to this cavern. And they just find a way to get through to one of the other caverns and just disappear
They're
from those
fleeing.
caverns.
Yeah.
And you guys can then hear it. Clang! 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 From the large opening on the other side of the metal. You can also hear the chittering and crackling come from other places. If you guys look at the other openings, you can see these small creatures. Not the full-form ants, the grunts you guys seen before. Just like beetles. You know how the beetles swarmed you in the Temple of Keldrin?
Yep.
They're swarming the ground like that, but they are man-sized beetles.
Oy.
The ones that tried to take you away, that grabbed your foot, tried to pull you away, the same ones you encountered, the Mansic Gretch, that nobody believed that you see that were there.
We thought
Wonderful.
you were nuts for a long
The same
time.
ones, you can hear them. And then you can see them just rushing forward at you like a wave of vermin. Closer.
As those are coming up the chute, Erlon will yell to blow up the charges and throw the lava
Yeah,
down.
you and I will have, I assume, 2 each because there's 4 detonators. So they'll just, we just.
You can hear them. It's echoing off of the metal. You can hear it kind of, you can hear the metal kind of squeal and kind of pitch a little bit, but then the wedges are solid. The force of the explosion kind of pushed it back a little, but the wedges supported it. And you guys can hear it in succession. All the way down. You can hear this screaming, this high-pitched screaming. Something I heard really bad.
Pour the lava, pour the lava, pour the
Alright,
lava,
yeah.
pour the lava.
I was the
pour the
one
lava.
controlling the lava machine. So
And
that's,
after the
that's on me.
explosions, then Horus comes in, the explosions go off, you can see the creatures falling in from all the way around. Healers, make a Constitution saving throw.
Do I get the D4 still?
No.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Nice.
20, perfect. And this is actually pretty good. I said you have these layer actions, okay? Now, with the natural 20, you can feel the contraction coming in. You can feel the power. You can feel the force of it. But you can feel whether you can direct it. And you're in disarray right now. You're not sure what's happening. But it gets directed somewhere, and then everybody around the earth just goes like it went up a foot and dropped again.
Oh,
And you could see over by where you guys came into the tunnel the first time, into the cavern the first time, a massive crack forms in the ground, all the way up and in the ceiling. You can see that crack begin to bubble up with lava. You can see the heat bubble up, and wherever all those creatures were sizzled to death, they fall in the lava and died. Instead of a high-pitched scream, squealing in the air, they're still coming towards you. They're still massive. They're still moving. And that's where we're going to end for the evening.
Oh man.
So,
Did I do
yeah.
that?
You did
that?
What cons
Remember
is never
that.
layer actions? Oh boy.
You roll the con save with a natural 20. If that happens, if you roll it with a natural 1, something else happens.
And that is where we will end for the evening. Thank you for watching the Death Needs Dialogue Entertainment Network. This has been The Depths of Felthan, Episode 20, Funnels and Tunnels, Part C.